Hi Ryan,
Hey
thank you for
Nejla.
coming in.
Okay.
How are you today?
Um, I'm good, you know.
Good to hear that. I see you. You
Yeah.
are doing well, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm feeling a little more aware of my surroundings, I guess, because you were
I
talking
see.
about awareness, and I was trying my best to practice that. Here and there, I'll take more account of what's going around me. I think it's helping in terms of my memories and stuff. I'm not slipping into that place. I'm not as worried about slipping into that place rather, because really it's the worry.
I see.
You know.
How often do you do these mindfulness techniques? I remember
Um.
we talked about 2, 3 minutes, I think.
hmm
So,
a bunch of times a day, like probably like 5 or 10 times a day.
wow,
Yeah.
good.
It's
So you are doing really good.
yeah. I find that if I can put it in there, like as
Yeah,
yeah,
turn
I
into
just
a
have
habit.
time to myself. Yeah, it's a habit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. So it's helping with your memories.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
good.
and I've started to, when I start to feel worried
Mm-hmm.
that my mind's gonna turn back to some of those things I've been thinking about, then it's kind of working like a trigger for me, but in a good way this time, because I'll just, you know, understand that I'm here and that I'm in this room and these chairs are here and like,
Yeah,
I'm not overseas, I'm not in a company,
that's good. I am
I'm
really
not on the
happy
run
to.
or anything,
Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that. So,
Yeah.
um, I remember we talked about you were really uncomfortable when you heard your neighbor's lawnmower.
Mhm.
You were uncomfortable with the popcorn.
Mhm.
You were uncomfortable with like dusty air. So it's good. So you are doing these techniques, so
Mhm.
they will keep you in the moment.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I can't exactly say that those things don't bother me anymore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't buy that much popcorn anymore, honestly. Like,
Okay.
there are other things to eat,
Okay.
when it comes down to it. Um, I don't know. Is that an okay thing that I'm just avoiding this
I
stuff?
think you are avoiding.
Mm.
So we can work on that too.
Mhm.
So with the popcorn, what is really bothering you? The sound?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's close enough that um, it makes me think of gunfire. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch a lot of action movies either right now. It's just
I
not
see.
what I'm into at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not going out into the shooting range or anything. I
Okay.
am avoiding those things.
I mean, I can understand those like shooting range,
hmm
action movies, but the popcorn, you know, we can work on that.
hmm
It's like your neighbor's lawnmower.
hmm
So, have you ever tried mindfulness techniques with the popcorn?
Yeah, yeah, a couple times, but like I just, I worry that it's not going to be enough, and so that's why I've just,
I see.
you know,
You know the
cookies are good too.
okay, okay, it's up to you, but the popcorn, the smell comes out, the good
hmm
popcorn smell.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just get connected to that,
hmm
so you keep in the moment.
Right.
Just to keep yourself telling that it's the popcorn. We will enjoy. We will
hmm
watch a movie with the popcorn, kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
I
So
guess, it's yeah, I don't know if avoiding it helps, like you were saying, because
I think
I'll be at someone's house and maybe they're making popcorn, or
yeah,
you go to the movie theater or a carnival or something.
I see. I think popcorn doesn't have that big place in your life.
Yeah,
I
probably
feel
not.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It doesn't deserve a big place in my life,
Okay.
probably.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about the stuff with your wife?
Mhm.
We were talking about putting the kids bed together, so you will have your time
Mhm.
after kids go to bed.
Mhm.
So how is it?
It's better, and I've been doing more, and I think that's been a relief for her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it has, because like things have been better between us, you know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good to hear that.
Get too much into it, but you know, it's better.
Yeah. Okay.
um, and yeah, I think it's good spending more time with my kids, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure they are enjoying to
Yeah,
being with their dad.
yeah. It's more of where I want to be. I didn't realize that I hadn't been there as much as I wanted to be, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense.
Hmm.
So that's good that you are getting into your family life. So less complaints from wife, I am assuming.
Yeah, yeah. Even though, you know, I don't know. I thought going to the gym would be a good thing, you know. I
Mm-hmm.
think my wife would probably like that, right? Like me keeping in like, you know, prime shape, like military shape, but like, and maybe, you know, it's a trade-off, you know.
I see. What does she say? She says,
No,
does
she
she make?
doesn't. She doesn't like, you know, tease me or anything. But like, you know, I'm not as, you know,
I see.
big as I used to be. You know, I just kind of. I still work out. I think it was a problem before. Right? From talking to you, it sounded like
Mm,
it was. I was maybe doing it a bit too much. I think my family's seeing a little bit of a different side of me now.
I see. So
Definitely seeing more of me now, which is good.
yeah, you do less exercises now.
Hmm.
How is your headaches?
They're still here and there. I guess it's better though.
They are getting better.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's yeah, yeah. It goes along with me not worrying as much. I feel like I have more control. There are certain situations, if I'm at work,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm still worried about it. You know, I can practice mindfulness things, but
Um, what are you worried about? Your headaches or your memories?
the memories.
Memories.
Yeah,
So, what do you think is triggering your memories at the school?
I I don't think they're more likely to happen there. It just seems like it'd be worse for me if it did. You know, if I'm at home and I have a
I see.
flashback, it affects me. Maybe it affects my wife.
I see.
Possibly
Being,
the kids. I don't know. Like if they hear me shouting,
I
you know.
see. I see.
Um, but at work, you know, it's my livelihood.
I see. So,
More is at risk. Like if something happens.
yeah, what if it happens at
Mhm.
work and you are working with kids, you are a teacher, so what if they hear I am yelling, shouting? I understand.
I
Yeah.
try not to be anxious about that.
Yeah. Did it happen at all? Like you had your flashbacks at school?
Mm-mm. No, not since we've last spoken. But it's I'm still um, yeah. I feel like tense, really, really tense sometimes, and like my heart rate is like really up, and my breathing is a little different, and I'm just um, worried that I'm gonna have a flashback. You know, I know that I have these tools, these mindfulness tools, and I try to tell myself what's going on and be more aware of what's what's actually happening,
Mm-hmm.
and try to tell myself that I don't need to go there, that it isn't necessarily what's going to happen, or it's not more likely to happen just because I'm at work or something.
So these are your thoughts
Hmm.
going on
Yeah,
inside your head.
yeah,
Okay.
pretty quick.
Yeah. Usually the thoughts are and feelings like a chain.
Hmm.
You know, they affect each other. The way you think will affect the way you feel.
Yeah,
So probably you feel the anxious. You know, you are scared that things will happen
mm.
at school,
Yeah.
and that's why I think this worry is coming to you.
Hmm.
Um, we can work on, in addition to mindfulness techniques, we can work on some changing your thoughts techniques.
Hmm.
So,
If only they're that easy, I would love to just not be thinking about this stuff, you know?
no, it will not be easy. I understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
it will not be easy at all, but we can try. You
Yeah.
know, there is no harm in trying.
Yeah.
Um, so let's talk talk a little bit more about, so at school when you are with kids, these thoughts are coming to you. Uh, when you are doing what you are doing when these thoughts are coming, are you in the class alone with the kids? Are you
Yeah.
outside?
Yeah, I have this when I'm teaching. Um, there's a lot that goes into teaching and a lot of things you have to be aware of
Yes.
the whole time.
Yeah.
You're watching every kid in the class, all the ones in the back, and the various things that they're doing as you're
Yeah.
trying to keep your lesson plan in mind and progress as well as you can. And there's administrative stuff going on in the background too. Like our school is implementing some new policies that are just it's really tough. We've had 3 people in our school system drop out this year mid-year. Morale is pretty low. So I'm thinking about these weird things that these weird reporting things they're making us do now that seem beyond the scope of what I'm supposed to do as a teacher.
I see.
But so I'm focusing. I have all those things, and you're trying to just get it done and get things out and teach the kids. Hopefully they're learning something. And at the same time, I'm thinking if it happens now, I'm screwed.
So a lot of thoughts are fighting in your head.
Yeah.
That's what I understand, right? Where you are teaching the kids. Okay, so also your administrative stuff, that I think is contributing a little bit stress on you.
It is, yeah.
It is. So I see. Only time this happens when you are with the kids teaching at school.
No, there are other times. To a lesser extent, but when I'm driving, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I remember you're anxious.
It could be dangerous,
Yes, yeah, I remember you were telling me, and unfortunately, with the driving, we cannot really do mindfulness techniques. So you have to be very careful about driving.
Yeah.
You can be mindful about your brake and gas and the lights.
Well, I try to tell myself that if it got bad enough, I would probably know what was going on and I can pull over. Even on the highway, you can find somewhere safe.
Yes.
If you know that it's coming,
Yeah. Do you usually know when it is coming? Does it have warning signs?
I'm not sure now that I think about it. I feel tense. Like I was saying, I think the way that I feel when I was describing how I felt in the classroom, that's similar to what it feels like when it comes on, but it's even more intense than that. And then it just it reaches a certain point and it just takes off.
I see. What I really understand from your talking is you are kind of dragging yourself into your flashbacks. Your worry is actually kind of dragging you there. Because you say that you worry at school because you are worried that what happens when you are with the kids, what if it happens when you are driving.
Right.
So because those situations are hard to deal with situations, right? Looks like your thought process is pulling you through your flashbacks and memories. So what do you think we can do about it? How do you think we can change a little bit and see if it affects your flashbacks? Let's think. You said when you are with the kids.
Yeah.
What if it happens with the kids? Because you think, it will be a very hard situation for you.
Yeah.
So how would you imagine yourself without it being happening? This worry is not happening when you are with the kids.
I guess I'm still worrying about a lot of other things, but
So what would be different?
I think I could take a moment and maybe recognize what's happening in the classroom a little bit more, just focus on what I do, like the class management stuff. and knowing exactly where I want to go with the lesson instead of like just kind of restarting in my mind like what I was going to do for the next 45 minutes. Like sometimes it happens toward the end of a period, and it's just
Yeah.
it can continue for that whole period.
Okay. Are you doing anything yourself
Mhm.
to fight with those thoughts?
Um, when I'm up there and I'm actively teaching or like explaining a lesson, not so much. But like when I've given like group work, or when I'm showing a video or something, and I have a moment to myself to kind of gather my thoughts. Like at that point, I'm doing the oh, this coffee tastes great. Like think about where I am, and try to retrain the way that I'm thinking. But not when I'm up there, like when the spotlight's on.
I see.
I don't find myself taking a moment to practice some of the things that you're giving me, and which
Yeah.
should be helping.
Yeah, but at least you are saying that you are just paying attention to your coffee, kind of. Do you think it helps a little bit?
Yeah, I'm able to I'm able to focus a little bit more. Those thoughts aren't like jumping at me from all directions anymore.
So that's very good that, I mean, I'm very pleased to hear that you are doing still, you are trying to fight with
Yeah.
those, thoughts. So that's very, I mean, good to hear that because,
Well, like I was saying, it's a bit of a habit, right?
Yes.
I'm able to do it a bunch of times during the day. It's just sometimes it's not really conducive. I'm teaching a lesson, and and you have to be on.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a little bit, it sounds a little bit confusing to me
Mhm.
because you say that before this happens when you are alone
Mhm.
mostly,
Yeah.
when you are not busy with things, but
Yeah.
at school you are busy at teaching, but still this thought is running in your head.
I guess it's not even that rational. I'm worried about it, but yeah. Have I ever had a flashback in class mid period? No, it hasn't happened.
Okay.
Um, it doesn't keep me from worrying about it every day, but yeah, that's never. No, you're right. It's like when I'm alone and when I'm just yeah. I'm somewhat like afraid to like have my mind just be empty and just like relax and be by myself, because it can just happen.
Yeah, but
It feels like I have no control over it when that happens.
I see. Uh, I'm trying to understand. When you are with children, you are busy, you are teaching.
Yeah.
But how come it is still running? Is there something else making you anxious in the class? Yeah, I mean, I understand. How many children are there?
Let's see. I teach usually 5 periods a day, and
In your regular class?
in a regular class,
Yeah.
the size it's not too bad in this school, so like maybe around 22, 24, depending.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you are worried about what if it happens in the class with the children.
Mhm.
So what do you think happens if it happens? The flashbacks come to you in the class. What are you worried about exactly?
I think that as a teacher, it's important to me to have the respect of my students, and I think I think it's really obvious to people that I'm having a flashback. I'm not really, you know, um, I wouldn't be able to continue teaching the class. Obviously, there have been times when I'm, shouting in response to experiencing this again, and don't exactly. I feel like I'm there.
I see.
So I don't know how it would be perceived by the class, and then also if I can't make it through a class without it happening, am I going to be able to continue teaching? What does that look like for my career if I'm losing control in the classroom?
Okay, so you are worried about losing your control and the consequences of it in the class.
I feel like that sort of repetition can follow you too. Like if that were to happen in one class, I don't think the kids would ever let it go. You know what I mean?
I see.
I'd be that person for that whole class forever.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. What do you think can help you to keep you in control in the class?
Well, when I can do it, the mindfulness, the awareness techniques that you were teaching me before.
Okay. So a little bit here and there.
Watch the clock.
Maybe you can talk to children.
Mm-hmm.
They can. I mean, of course, you will do your teaching, but maybe you can integrate your teaching with their contribution. I know it will be hard. They are elementary school children, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to keep the discipline and to keep them quiet, make them talk one by one.
Yeah.
But looks like you are doing your job.
Yeah.
And you know what you are doing at your job, so you can try maybe a little bit involving. I'm sure you are doing. You know what you are doing, but
like class participation stuff.
Yeah, maybe
more back and forth.
Yeah, maybe. Look, I understand from what you are telling me is like the children are sitting here, you are there, you are teaching.
Yeah.
And you are fighting with those thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
If you have to talk to someone, there will be talking is another thing.
That's true.
For you.
Might pull me out of my own head for a little while.
Yeah, for a little bit. So, in addition to your mindfulness techniques, I'm sure it will be hard mindfulness techniques when you are teaching. You will be mindful of your teaching, but paying attention to other stuff will be harder for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with the driving, you can. What do you think you do? You can sing? I don't know.
You don't want to hear me sing.
Nobody will hear. You will hear yourself.
I don't know if I want to hear me sing.
I feel same for myself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how it will be with the kids when you are, teaching. So how it will help you. So we will think something else for other stuff.
Okay.
So one thing at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. So what else? Is there anything else you want to talk to you? Do you want to talk in this session? What about I just remembered your drinking.
Yeah.
I remember that I recommended you to spend your rest of your night with your wife. Because usually when she was putting the kids in the bed, you were alone and you were drinking.
Right, yeah.
So how is it? Wait.
I would say that I am drinking less because I am doing other stuff. Like there's, only so much time in a night. But still drinking pretty regularly. And she'll join me for a drink some nights,
Okay, yeah.
But I wouldn't say we're drinking buddies or something. I'm still like I drink more than she does, and it is still regular. I guess I should probably work on it, but I don't think I need it as much. So maybe I won't as much.
Okay.
I'm not alone as much, which is good.
Yeah, which is good. So, I mean, I am very happy for you that you have a very supportive wife. You have your family is very supportive of you. I mean, which is very good. So, they are helping you.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure you will get over with your drinking also, and which is very good that you do not drink that much.
I drink less.
You drink less, yes. It's still good. It's still progress.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does your wife comment on it?
I think I'll get a look here and there, but I think that I'm changing other things, so maybe she doesn't want to bring it up or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't. Not everything is always said in our relationship.
Okay. I see. I mean, not really. I see.
No.
Can you tell me a little more about it?
Well, I'm helping out more with the kids, and I am spending less time exercising, and so I'm around more. We did go on another date a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, when we can get babysitting, that's a great thing.
Yeah. Does it make you happy more involving your family life? Most
Yeah.
importantly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good to hear that.
I was missing out before.
Okay.
I was, and then with less time by myself, like I don't have to worry as much about the flashbacks.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With my family, I'm pretty engaged. It's hard not to be. I really care about these people. So.
Okay. Very nice. Very good to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like
and I'm less worried that it's gonna happen. So maybe I'm not pulling myself into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. So you are really working on it.
Yeah.
You are really getting there. Yeah, I see.
It can be hard still sometimes.
But still, you are strong. I remember last session you said that you are a soldier. You are strong.
Mm-hmm.
So you are really doing it. You are.
Yeah.
It is important for you. So you are working on it.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm stronger in different ways now.
That's good.
I can't bench the same as I used to, but
No, that's good. No,
yeah.
no, you are pulling yourself out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really good.
Yeah.
I really appreciate. I see this strength in you, so you will. I hope next session I will see you on a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so too. Thank you for helping me with this.
You're welcome. I hope your wife will be happier too. So by the way, we talked about last session, you involving your wife in the session. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you ready, or it's up to you?
I haven't brought it up to her.
Okay.
But maybe, like I said, there's some things that I feel like we just don't talk about.
Okay.
So, maybe it would be useful.
Okay. So including her in the session or doing separate sessions?
I think we could.
Okay. So
I think we could.
when you
maybe like once or twice. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know how that's usually done.
Yeah, of course, it's up to her.
I'll figure out what works out with her for a schedule too.
Okay.
Because obviously we have to have a babysitter.
Yeah. So it also depends on her willingness of being here.
Mm-hmm.
So if she wants to be here, so we can involve her in the session too.
Okay.
Or if she wants, we can do a separate session. So.
I think if I told her that I wanted to do it, she probably would.
Okay. Okay. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan. I hope next week we will talk more.
Okay.
And I am sure that I will see you doing more with your mindfulness stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And let's work on with the children. Let's see how you will fight with your thoughts in your mind when you involve children in the class a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And we will talk from there next week.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming in. See you next week.
All right. All right.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.